Hello guys, yet another video. Oh, I've done quite a few now. Some will say too many. Anyway, I've always tried to sort of well, I think give a bit of a message, I think, and I've always tried to appreciate things of quality and reject things that's rubbish. And I do like a lot of old stuff, but that doesn't mean old stuff is necessarily good. Far from it. But there was a different ethos of making things at one time. Anyway, you recognise this, won't you, Dave? A mate of mine turned up the other day, wanted a little job done, and he says, "Do you want those?" I think he was trying to buy me, don't you? I ain't joking. Anyway, it's a flower pot with some stuff in it, so there you go, what we got. Ah, just pan back a bit down there. We got, well, old tools and stuff. Well, those, they're machinery points. They're all dirty, but I've got several of those, and there's a different size, and there's two little ones. Who knows what they might come in handy, welded onto something. As I've used those before, so I'll keep those. They'll clean up. All the rest is just sort of mess, you know, but never mind. We got some Stanley knives. That's a fixed type Stanley knife. There's another one, same thing. And there's an oldie, which is a disposable retractable blade. They're rather nice. That will clean up. I will keep that. I will keep that. I think I'll name this video Spot the Pearl or something similar. Can you spot the pearl amongst all this? What's that you're saying? That? Well, it's into boating, a little bit like I am. It's a form of jam cleat, look. And that goes down, these teeth go over a cam. That's quite handy, there's no name on it. We'll keep that. Is that the pearl? No. Well, not the pearl, that's not the pearl, so it's got to be here, right? Well, there's some nice shiny spanners, look, with chrome on. But chrome don't mean anything, they can chrome plastic nowadays. Most of these are nasty, cheap things. All gone rusty. More chrome. Are they the pearls? No. These? That? Look, bent? No. You haven't spotted it, have you? It's that one. That one and possibly that one. How do I know? Well, I was just having so many of these things. And there's an innate sort of feel for something, you just know. Anyway, can't see any name on that one. I can see Sheffield there. So those are the two I'm going to clean up. There's a pair of pearls. I come across this all the time. So I'll clean those up very quickly on the wire wheel and we'll see what we got. Here is my wire wheel. You've probably seen this on many of my videos. It sits one side to the bench and I can open the door here. Okay, and any mess goes outside, but in order to show the video I've got the door shut. I think it's about half horsepower or so. And I mounted a wire wheel on it, as you can see. But this is getting very worn now. It should be a lot larger. Whenever you're using a wire wheel, well, you should with all grinding or anything, but especially with wire wheel, for goodness sake wear goggles. And don't stand in line with it. Centrifugal forces will throw these little wires out, and if you get one of those in your eye, as I've said many times, you're on your last pair. Things about eyes gets me, so I've always got glasses on. That's getting a bit worn now, and what I do to sort of freshen the edges up is I'll run this, and while it's running I'll get a grinder and just run it across the face, backwards and forwards, and it sharpens up the tips of the wires. Anyway, I'll get on with it. There's our spanner. Just going to do this sort of quickly. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm only guessing. Well, they're not going to shine, sadly. But that doesn't matter. Not everything that shines is good. Yeah, we should have got a name on it. Anybody who's producing anything of worth usually puts a name on it. They're usually proud enough to do so. Well, yes, but it's so old and it's been worn off. Well, I can just read in there England, something England, and I think it's a size or a number. Let's punch that bit hard. Well, that bit there's a number, so it's a metric. It's metric, okay. But it's got nice clean jaws. That wants more working on, but I think you can see from that to that, it doesn't take too much. And if I was really going to go to town, I'd use emery cloth and oil and clean this up. I won't go too silly, but that's nice. Those two cleaned up is worth all the rest put together. The rest are worth 10 pence. These, if you're into tools and you appreciate quality and how to handle tools, well, you can't put a price on them, can you? Okay then, well, I've half an hour messing about. I've kept those two. I haven't cleaned up fantastically, but I love them. They're nice and thin. They're quality. They're drop forge. 3/16 Whitworth. Why would you want a Whitworth or British Standard Fine or any of these things? Well, if you're repairing old engines or machinery that uses Whitworth or British Standard Fine or whatever, then you want them. Where can you buy a Whitworth spanner today? Of quality. Korea? Some horrible plastic box with them all in a row? No, thank you. Those are keepers. I'll keep those. They're okay. I just gingerly cleaned them up. They're sort of run-of-the-mill stuff. That's not too bad. That's red port, beg your pardon. That too is Whitworth, so we'll keep that. I've got hundreds of these spanners. You call them wrenches, don't you, in the States? We've gone from that to that. Cleaned it up, the paint's come off. Cleaned that one up too. Do you remember the first state of that? Is that a new blade? No, there was a packet of 6 inside. And we've gone from that to that. These you can tell by this seam here, these are drop forged high tensile steel. Great. These, scrapping. Okay then, well, I've done quite a few videos now on tools and what I consider to be quality and so forth. I've got hundreds and hundreds of tools. The vast majority have been thrown out or given to me, and I'd much prefer screwdrivers with wooden handles of this era. They feel nice, to any of these plastic handled things. Yes, I have some rubbishy tools, but they're kept for opening tins of paint and so forth. Anyway, I'll make this my last video on quality, or what I perceive to be quality of things. The reason for that is I've done quite a few now, And those that are in the know don't need telling. And those that don't know, I've come to realise that a very large proportion don't want to know. They look at life differently. So let's wrap that up. But I'll continue to do videos on other stuff. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.